The mobile storm tracker out on the road tonight.
We're all over the tough driving conditions as the snow keeps falling tonight.
We are live in the middle of this winter storm in Coeur d'Alene, tracking what could become dangerous driving conditions.
I am tracking an end to this snow. I'll tell you when that's going to happen with your forecast.
Well, the road's in pretty rough shape tonight. One deputy telling us that they've responded to a crash on every major roadway across the inland Northwest tonight. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Jane McCarthy.
I'm Mark Hanrahan. We'll take a closer look at the road conditions across our area in just a moment. First, though, we want to go straight to Tom Sherry in the Weather Center.
So, Tom, we all want to know, when will the snow end?
Well, by tomorrow afternoon, it should be over. It may actually change to rain on Friday. Let's first just kind of get to the immediate stuff. This winter storm warning area shaded in pink in effect until 7 o'clock tonight. We'll see if it gets extended. The advisory, winter weather advisory for Spokane is going till 7 o'clock tonight as well. And you can see a lot of snow is in the forecast across the area. This is additional snowfall totals that may be falling between now and, say, the rest of the evening. 2 to 3 inches in Spokane, 4 to 6 out towards Wilbur, 6 to 8 inches of snow in Omak, up to a half foot of snow in the Wallace area. And of course, the mountains are getting snow in feet rather than in inches. There's a back edge to the moisture right there. You can see that folks in central Washington enjoying drier conditions. It's been a rain event down in the Palouse, Colfax, and Pullman. They've just been enjoying rain rather than snow, but we've got more snow on the way headed here. Again, even though I've got this where you can see the end of the rain in western Spokane County or end of the snow in western Spokane County, there is more on the way later tonight. The computer models are saying it's going to regenerate, and we'll look for more rain and snow showers at times throughout the late night and early overnight hours. Temperatures will dip down to about 32. That means we're going to see icy roads, so very, very slippery conditions, not only now, but again tomorrow morning. And then we'll look for morning showers, drier in the afternoon with a daytime high of 38. We'll finally get a chance to dig out this weekend. Dry conditions expected. Saturday 38, 37 on Sunday. I'll have the rest of your 10-day forecast coming up in a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Tom. As we mentioned, the roads are a mess tonight. The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, all responding to multiple slide-offs and crashes.
Yeah, not good out there. From Spokane to Coeur d'Alene, we have crews out keeping a track on the conditions for you tonight. First, though, we'll check in with KREM 2's Amanda Rowley. She is live in Coeur d'Alene. Amanda?
Hey, good evening. We're near the intersection of Northwest Boulevard and Celtice. So you can see behind me, traffic has, eased up quite a bit. This is typically one of those intersections where we see a lot of traffic congestion as folks are headed home. And that was much more so the case a little earlier in the 5 o'clock hour when folks were heading home. The roads are still slushy, still slippery. I'm seeing some folks nice and easy taking that stop at the stoplight here, nice and slow, which is good because it's still pretty slick out there. Take a look at this video. Earlier this evening, we were on I-90 and came across 3 crashes. Idaho State Police responded to those incidents there. And the big message here is drive slow and give yourself enough distance between you and the car in front of you, because with these crashes here, that was definitely the case where vehicles were following too close behind each other, didn't have enough time to stop and slid into the other. Thankfully, though, those drivers are okay, only minor injuries, a scrape on the forehead was all that was reported. Now the snow here, I know you guys mentioned it was a lot thicker snowflakes, but now it's a little bit more rainy, so a lot more wet snow. I'm kind of drenched here, so we're hoping to warm up here in a little bit. But again, drive slow and take caution in falling behind those drivers in front of you. Reporting live in Coeur d'Alene, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much. Get warm now. Many of you may just be getting home and had to deal with driving all that snow. And for those of you waiting it out, we're tracking the conditions here in Spokane County as well.
Right, Spokane Police among those agencies encouraging people to stay off the road. This is video from our photojournalist Al Lozano. You see cars struggling to get up South Cowley on the lower South Hill in Spokane. Al says the fire department told him since so many cars were struggling to get up this road, they just turned out and closed it. KREM 2's Evan Narani is on the South Hill right now with a first-hand look at conditions. Evan?
Mark and Jane, yeah, we've been up on the South Hill for just about 15 to 20 minutes now. On our way up the hill, we saw plenty of stalled vehicles on the way up, a lot of trouble, some vehicles stuck on the roadways, which obviously affects other people's commute on the road as well. I want to show you where we're seeing the roads blocked off right now. This is on Stevens Road, and we're on 7th Avenue right now, but it's blocked over on 6th Avenue. So if you're heading up Stevens, you're going to have to plan accordingly to not be traveling up Stevens. We've seen a couple vehicles that have attempted to pass these flares here that are blocking the roads off, and on their way making the turn up the hill, you could see them barely making it up, skidding all around on the way up. So very icy roads. Police want you to be aware of where you're headed. The roadways that are open, for the most part, people are taking it pretty slow, as you can see. Drivers are taking extra caution around the roadways, but very, very dicey out here if you're traveling along the roads. And we also want to let you guys know that there's still active snowfall in the area as well. So we're keeping you updated on the latest conditions. For now, I'm Evan Arani, KREM 2 News.
Evan, thank you very much. And tonight we already have some school delays and closures to pass along for tomorrow morning.
The Pateros, Creston, and Wilbur school districts are opening 2 hours late tomorrow, and the Orient school district is closed. The Kellogg school district also closed tomorrow, but that's because of a flu outbreak. We'll stay on top of the latest school closures and delays tomorrow on KREM 2 Morning News. Spokane County Fire District 8 says Highway 27 is closed at Elder Road due to these wintry conditions.
Yeah, rough out there. Take a look at this photo. They say at least 20 to 30 vehicles are blocking the road. No timetable now for when it will reopen. You're seeing the closure right there, but a very snowy street. We'll continue to update you on this both online and in our later newscasts as well. Well, tonight there are significant developments in a years-long investigation by our sister station in Seattle into the sick and forgotten at Hanford. A state Senate committee is breathing new life into a bill aimed at helping sick Hanford workers.
The workers claim they were denied assistance unfairly for years. Susanna Frame has an update tonight.
I've got chronic Brilliant disease.
Toxic encephalopathy, frontal temporal dementia.
Been diagnosed with thyroid cancer.
COPD. I had my thyroid removed.
Chemicals we took in screwed us up. It screwed us up bad. And for somebody to
In 2017, King 5 revealed how, for decades, Hanford has nearly systematically turned its back on workers who get sick after exposure to lethal toxins at the nuclear cleanup site. Workers like Dave Ardall have become destitute while fighting cancer, lung disease, and Hanford's owner, the U.S. Department of Energy.
I had to cash out my 401k and sell a bunch of stuff just to get by, just so that, we were able to feed our kids, and we've got 3 children.
The government and its contractor that manages the site's worker comp program have denied Ardall's claims for 5 years with cutthroat legal tactics, doctor shopping, and providing incomplete medical records to decision makers.
As soon as I got sick, they flushed me down the toilet like I was used toilet paper.
We are quite concerned about the state of affairs with worker health and safety at the site.
The Senate Labor and Commerce Committee, led by Senator Karen Kaiser of Kent, listened to testimony today at a hearing to revive a bill that died last year. It would make it a legal presumption that Hanford workers with certain illnesses got them at work. That's in stark contrast to the current status quo, where workers say the system tries to blame their sicknesses on anything but working at the most toxic work site in the country.
What I would like to make you aware of is
Nick Bumpus of the Pipe Fitters Union has championed the bill from day one.
The Washington State citizens and these nuclear veterans need these protections. We've had 3.5 decades of leaving them out in the cold, and I hope that you will consider passing this legislation. Thank you.
If the process goes as expected, Hanford workers won't have to wait much longer for help. Senator Kaiser's office tells me they expect the full Senate to pass the bill soon, and from there they'll be fast-tracking it to the governor's office.
And a Frame reporting. We'll keep you posted on what happens with that one. Meantime, police on the west side of the state are looking for the owner of an urn with cremated remains inside that was recently donated to a Goodwill in Vancouver. Vancouver police tweeted out images of the urn that has 2 letter M's on it and the name Michelle Miller. They say it may have been accidentally donated, so if you recognize it or the name, you're asked to contact the Vancouver Police Department.
All right, switching gears to something fun. The first ever Mac and Cheese Festival happening in downtown Coeur d'Alene on Saturday. While tickets are sold out online already, there are still a few ways you can get a ticket. The Downtown Association says 300 tickets are available at the door starting at 11 a.m. on Saturday. They're $25. That's for 6 mac and cheese tasters and 6 beer tasters. You can also secure a ticket by reserving a room at the Coeur d'Alene Resort. That'll be fun, but of course that'll cost you $130 at least. The actual event is happening inside the shops area downtown. A lot of people excited about that.
With weather like this outside, mac and cheese sounds perfect.
It's perfect, right? Yeah.
Well, it's kind of always perfect. But
well, that's
even
true.
more so now.
That's true.
Right. Well, the winter has really only just started, but there's already good news for the end of it.
Well, the city of Spokane is adding some new programs, which means alleyways could be getting some much needed love. We'll have the details on that next.
KRAM 2 News.